When you're adding fractions together, you need to get a common denominator. This is also important if you're adding a whole number, like 1, or adding or subtracting it to your fractions. So you want to look at your denominators, and your first goal is to get a common denominator. And the nice thing about these is that there's no addition or subtraction. And so I basically have a 7 and a y, and over here I have a 3 and a y. So I can separate those from each other because they're not connected to any addition or subtraction. So I can see that I'm going to need a 3, a 7, and a y for my common denominator, or 21y. So we need to get a common denominator of 21y for each of these 3 terms. Okay, so the 1, I can think of that as 1 over 1. I need to multiply it by 21y over 21y. Okay, and then my next term, I need, let's see, I need to multiply this one. I need a 3 down here to make this into a 21y. Okay, so I'm going to basically be subtracting 3 times the quantity of 7y plus 4x. Right, so I'm multiplying this by 3 over 3 basically. Right? I'm using the power of 1. I can multiply anything by something that equals 1. Okay, because it doesn't change its value, just as making it look different. Okay, so that'll give me my 21y down here, and that takes care of that fraction. So we go over to our next fraction. What do I need to multiply this one by so that I get the denominator of 21y? Well, you need to multiply 3y by 7 to get 21y. So that means we're going to go ahead and multiply the top part of our fraction by 7 as well, because we're basically multiplying that fraction by 7 over 7, power of 1 again. Okay, so now we need to kind of simplify things, and all of the denominators are going to equal 21y. So I like to go ahead and just put this all over 121y, because remember, when you're adding and subtracting, as long as the denominators are the same, you just start adding the numerators and you start adding the numerators together, or subtracting in this case. So we're going to have 21y, and this is going to be minus 3 times all of this value. So let's go ahead and distribute minus 3 to both of these terms. And that's going to give you a negative 21y. And a negative 3 times a positive 4x is a negative 12x, so minus 12x. And then we're going to come over here, we're going to be adding this next value here together, and we're going to distribute the 7 through. So we're going to say plus 7y plus 28x. And now we have all these like terms up here. So let's go ahead and simplify those like terms. So 21y minus 21y, those cancel each other out, plus 7y. So you're left with 7y. And we have a negative 12x plus 28x. And that's going to give us a positive 26x. Oops, excuse me, 16. Can't let me get away with that. And that's all going to be over 21y. Okay, so we can't common factor out anything up here in the numerator of our fraction, so we're not going to be able to simplify anything here. Can't factor at all. So I'm just going to rewrite this since I kind of messed up with my 16x. And this is your answer. Okay. Well, anyway, there you go. Sorry about that. I should have taken care of that while I could have. So 7y plus 16x over 21y. Let's look at one more example. Okay, so we're adding these fractions together. We need to get a common denominator. Again, it doesn't have any addition or subtraction down here in the denominator, so that's nice. We do have this other whole number, so we don't want to forget about it. So we're basically looking at, we have 4 times x. You could break down the 4 into 2 and 2, but I noticed that my 7 is a prime number, so it's not going to really help me any. So go ahead and you're going to need a 4, a 7, and an x in your denominator, or 28x. So you need to decide what you're going to multiply both of these fractions by and this whole number by to get 28x. So this top fraction will need to multiply this. Let's see, 4 times 7 would give me 28x, so I need to multiply this by 7 over 7. And then my next fraction, I can see that I need to multiply this by 4 to get 28x, so I'm going to multiply this whole thing. We don't want to forget to put it in parentheses here. It's supposed to be my multiply up there, not down there. And then that's going to be 4 over 4. And then we need to multiply this negative 2 by 28x over 28x. And you can think of your 2, or minus 2, as negative 2 over 1. Okay, so all the denominator is going to be 28x. Let's go ahead and distribute these and write down what we have here. So 7 times 7x is 49x. 7 times 2w is plus 14w. And then do the same thing. We're going to distribute the 4 to both of these terms here, and that's going to give you plus 8x. Plus 8w. And then over here, our last term here, this is going to be a negative 2 times 28, which is going to be a negative 56x. Okay, now we're going to combine like terms, so 49x plus 8x minus 56x. So 49 and 8 is going to give me 57x, and I'm taking away 56 of them, so that leaves me with 1 positive x. And then I have 14w plus 8w, which will give me a total of 22w. All over 28x. And I see here that I don't have any common factors, or I can't factor it all up here in the numerator. There's only one term in the denominator, so that is our final answer.